welcome to another Suburban Som video. I am Scott, and this is another one of our tasting series videos. This one's going to be a little different because instead of just tasting one wine, we're actually going to pit two wines against each other, and we're going to do it blind. And the reason for that is, if you've seen my recent unboxing video where I looked at some of the Proseccos from Christie Brinkley's Prosecco line, I thought it might be fun to pit her regular Prosecco against her zero sugar Prosecco. And that's what we have today. So here in the bluish green is the zero sugar, and here's your standard Prosecco. Now, my thought is that you're going to be able to tell the difference of these. That's not really what this is about. What I'm really hoping is that the zero sugar one stands up against the regular one, because there's a lot of people out there that are in a low carb or a keto lifestyle looking for zero sugar beverages. And if this one turns out to be pretty good, I know I'm going to be ordering more, and you might want to as well. So as you can see, I've assembled some of my Prosecco loving friends to help me in this journey. Not only are they going to try to determine which one is which, but they're also going to offer their thoughts on each one and give each one their rating. I'm going to have my non-Prosecco drinking friend Mike, who's also behind the camera. He's going to put these in the bags for us, and he's going to do the pouring, and then we're going to start tasting. So let's get to it. All right, as you can see, my friend Mike has these in their bags right now, and he is going to start pouring. Okay, so as you can see, my friend Mike has successfully poured both Proseccos. And one thing that you may not have seen when he was doing so in the hyperlapse portion of the video is number two had a lot more bubbles, a lot more of a head to it than number one did. That could be a giveaway that that one is the sugary version, but I'm not sure. Again, I have no experience with zero sugar Proseccos. Now, if you were to look at these, each one, I mean, they look identical. There's not one that's lighter or more golden in color. To me, these look the same. So visually, I don't see any difference. And then typically your sparkling wines aren't going to have a huge nose like a big red. Both of these smell pretty close to me. So I'm going to go ahead and give these a try. That one's definitely very dry, but good. So, I mean, even if that turned out to be a zero sugar one, that would be okay. Okay. Both of those very good. What I suspected, one of two things would happen. Either the zero sugar one would just be totally terrible next to the normal Prosecco, or the zero sugar one would taste okay to a dry wine loving person like myself and make the standard Prosecco one taste sweet. That's what I think happened in this case. But before I give my overall thoughts, I'd like to ask the panel here. Let's see what John thinks.
What you said in terms of having a little bit of sweetness, but actually I like both of them. I thought they were both good, but I definitely think that this is the no sugar and two is the one that's the regular Prosecco.
All right, let's go to Laura. Laura, what do you think?
I would say the same thing, but they taste really similar to me, I think. This one tastes like a little flatter, maybe. I don't know, but they're both good.
Okay. What about you, Ann?
I think the taste is very similar. I might be the odd one out, but I do think two is the real sugar. This one may have a tiny bit of an aftertaste potentially to me, but
like the
I could be imagining it.
So your thoughts though are that
This is the zero, and this is the.
Okay. But I think that's what everybody is thinking, is that number one is our zero sugar.
Oh, and then we're in the same place. Yep.
And number two is the regular Prosecco. So I would say that it was Laura that said that number one was flat, and that certainly, as it was poured, we had hardly any bubbles out of that, which is rare for a Prosecco, a Cava, a Champagne. There was hardly any bubbles out of that at all. That being said, though, this is actually a very nice, very crisp. It's definitely dry, but if that does indeed turn out to be the zero sugar one, I could find myself drinking that with no problem at all. So let's go ahead and do the reveal. Okay, so here's Mike. He is going to show us what's behind bottle number one. And it is indeed the zero sugar bottle, which everybody was able to tell, which means the bottle two was the normal Prosecco. Okay, so we all were able to guess it, but I think what we all also came to the conclusion that number one was definitely a nice Prosecco, very drinkable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was something that you would go to again.
I would say that it stood up to this one. For sure.
Right. Yeah, if you served that to us, I don't know that I wouldn't necessarily know it was a no sugar one.
No.
Now, as far as impressions of this Prosecco, I have to say that both of them kind of got like a lemon meringue, lemon custard nose to them. I mean, if this was totally blind, I probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference just on smell or visually how they look in the glass. Now, as I try number one, it's very dry, very crisp, evaporates off the palate very fast. There's layers of citrus, a lot of tangerine and lemon mostly. But actually, this is a very nice, very refreshing summer wine. Now, when I try number two, which we've already revealed is the normal Prosecco, after you pit it against number one, that one seems very sweet. Now, I wonder if on its own that would not be the case, but after you've had the zero sugar one, this one seems super, super sweet. And I don't know that that's probably fair to judge it that way. But again, it's very, very full of citrus layers. And maybe a little toasted brioche. But there's a lot going on in this. I think that Christie Brinkley and the rest of her team did a good job with this Prosecco. I think that it's going to be very successful, and I look forward to trying the sparkling rosé that she's got out as well. So there you have it. I'm Scott with Suburban Som, and this is what we're drinking today.